way up here in the mountains in a little town called Quepos, and we are looking for this place called Termales. And we were recommended to go here by a lady that we met at a campground last night, and she said that this place is super cheap and it's beautiful, so we decided to come and check it out. This dirt road is kind of beat up. This Termales is an hour drive, and it's not that far. We now have 11 kilometers to go, and it's going to take us 27 minutes. As we were driving out to the Termales, we come across this tiny little bridge here, and you see these beautiful little cascading waterfalls. It's really super easy to access this waterfall. Just go right up there. Just a short walk from the road up into the stream. You can see this beautiful waterfall up close. There's multiple layers to this little waterfall. You see these turquoise pools, and the falls just continue on all the way up there. So Google Maps is trying to tell us that we need to go this way to get to the place that we're supposed to be going. But let me walk you down there and let me show you how narrow it is. Well, there's my foot. That's your walking path. And I guess it's probably 3.5 feet wide. Definitely not big enough for our vehicle. So of course we took the fun route and did this little river crossing. And as we were crossing the river, I looked over to the bridge and noticed that bridge is actually collapsed, and there's a bunch of stuff overgrown in it to make it stand as tall as it does today. So we were just notified by one of the locals who has property up here, who brings his cows up, that this road may not be passable for us because of all the rains that it had the other night. So we're gonna try our luck and see if we can do it. I've got trust in this guy right here. So we came up to the road, and then we see this sign right here, this red tape, and it says peligro, which means danger. So we're gonna walk it for a second and see what we can find. Well, we're past the point of no return, so if we get stuck out here, there's no turnaround, and we will have to back all the way out. It's a little rainy right now. Last night we had a ton of rain, so this ground is pretty wet and saturated. We are only 2 miles away from where we're supposed to be arriving. It's still going to take about 15 minutes to get there, but we still got to traverse these roads. It is starting to rain buckets, and we came through this little slide out right here, but it has since been cleared. Looks like this right here might be our issue. It's pretty muddy and soft. Got these deep ravines on either side. That's probably a 3-foot drop right there, maybe bigger. And this is probably the slickest part. So now we're trying to troubleshoot how we're gonna get down because we only have a mile to go. And it would be a shame to have to turn back an hour in to go an hour back out.
Having anxiety.
Don't have anxiety. Think about how to fix this. So just as we had suspected, we would be kind of getting sloppy and dirty and maybe hitting the walls here a little bit. So you can see right there where we're just slipping. Just super slick, snotty mud. So time for Max Tracks. This is honestly the first time we've ever had to use the Max Tracks to get ourselves out of something. Usually we're using them to get somebody else out of something. We're ready. You're on. You're good. Well, we made it.
Yeah. That's pretty snotty stuff, man.
That was, yeah, pretty crazy. You could see where we slid all over the place, even using the Max Tracks. And then Bronson slid from like right where he's standing, pretty much all the way to down there. And this is what our feet look like. Walking our next section. It is a little flatter than the other section we just came down. But in reality, if we start to slide, we're going right into this ravine right here. And into that wall on the other side. So it's still slick and snotty.
Go forward and drive back.
Okay, but he's making it. He's doing a great job. I know. My take is we keep tracking it all the way to where we have grip. What do you think? So this is going really slow, but that's okay because we're just trying to be safe about it as best we can. So right now we are going to max track it all the way down, which might take us quite a while, but I think we'll make it. Well, we made it. This stuff wasn't quite as slick and snotty, but it wasn't great. So hills in the middle of the road. But we made it so far. We still have like half a mile to go. But this is gonna be the take your shoe off mud. Kaden made a friend, and we decided to go into that side because it's less muddy. Watch out, dude.
Now I've got mud all over my face.
It's all right. I think we might get stuck in that mud right there. We'll see. Yeah, I've been sliding a little bit. You're not going to shed any, and it's real thick.
Okay, but
What do you think?
Try it, and if you get stuck, we'll max it. You're going to get stuck.
he's gonna get stuck. He just went the center right.
Track it. So here they are.
Mud like this? Because all wheels get traction.
This is going to be super awesome to try to suck that one out.
What?
So that nice little farmer lady showed us where we could rinse off right here after having been stuck in the mud and having to try to get the tracks back on the car all muddy. Very nice of her. So the little farmer lady just told us that there was a much easier way to access this, which was the same way that the other guy told us that we could have accessed.
Which didn't require max tracks the whole way?
That was pretty much paved the whole way. So we've had quite the adventure today, and I wouldn't change it for anything. But just know there is an easier way to get here.
We're still not even out of the woods yet.
No, and we still have a mile and a half to go. People do live here. It is an hour from the road that we took to get out here, and that's when the roads are good. Well, that looks like a sheer cliff drop off right there. Let's see, what are we going to contend with now?
Let's start camping. We're gonna camp right here.
Let's see. have to figure out this river crossing and see how deep it is. Should be fine. At least our wheels are getting clean. Tires are getting clean. Wheels and tires, got a bath. I hope these are worth everything that we just went through to get here. After all that effort yesterday, getting to the hot springs, we finally made it and had a good night's rest to come to these beautiful little hot springs. They're not super hot. This one is the hottest. But there's a raging river right next to it with a natural water slide. It was raining all day yesterday, and it was pretty muddy last night when we set up camp. So of course we set up our annex. That way we could kind of stay a little bit out of the mud. It has been a very peaceful stay here for the last couple of nights. We have really enjoyed it. The thermal baths were not as hot as I was hoping they would be, but they were fine. We met a few travelers along the way, and we definitely need to replace our max tracks. We're able to get our laundry done and get it mostly dry, 3/4 of the way I would say. Overall, if you want a more local experience rather than a touristy experience, definitely try to come to these Termales Quepos. They are very welcoming, they're very kind and accommodating, and there's hardly anybody ever here.